The purpose of these lessons is to show you the logic behind the most basic Chinese characters, beginning with the simplest pictograms, and later combine these elements to create more complex characters. This lesson contains 10 characters, 6 of which are based on tian, which first appeared in the character nan in lesson 27. It represents a plot of land ready for development, first by hunting any useful animals there, and second by planting and growing crops on it. As a verb, tian can mean either to hunt or grow crops. As a noun, it's simply a field or plot of land under cultivation. As with most Chinese characters, it's necessary to avoid ambiguity. So by pairing two similar characters, we get tian di, the combination meaning farmland. 爸爸买下了地主的田地. Dad bought the landowner's field. Farmland can be either dry, 旱田, for planting most crops, or filled with water, 水田, for growing rice. If you can picture yourself plodding through ankle-deep mud in a rice paddy, it's not too difficult to see how 田地 also refers to a difficult situation that you've gotten yourself into. 他怎么可以把家弄成这样田地? How could he have gotten the family into such a sorry plight? By adding the grass radical, we get second tone meow, meow, meaning a sprout, seedling, or even the young of some animals, such as fish. My meow 几乎都已成活了. The wheat seedlings have nearly all come up. 久旱的禾苗得到了雨水. The drought-stricken rice seedlings got some rain. 下霜后，大豆幼苗全都死了. After that frost, the soybean sprouts have all died. You'll notice that one way to say soybeans is 大豆, or large beans. 火苗 is the word for flames. 火苗像闪电一样围着小木屋. Lightning-like flames engulfed the little wooden cabin. More interesting is the use of meow in the phrase 苗头, literally the sprout tips, meaning the first signs of a new development, the beginnings of a new trend, or a suggestion of what is to come. 你的计划可以看出一点苗头. It looks like your plan is beginning to show results. 他听出苗头就讲别的话题. She realized where the conversation was heading and changed the subject. 看到儿子恼怒的苗头，妈马上走开. On seeing her son's growing anger, Mom left the room. 这些日子是有旱灾的苗头. Recent days suggest a drought is in the offing. Today's second character combines the earth radical 土 with tian to form a settlement or community, along with the plot of land the residents cultivated. Pronounce third tone, li, li. In ancient times, one li consisted of 25 families, but the term is still used by municipal governments today, somewhat akin to a district, ward, or borough within a city. A li was also defined in ancient times as a distance of 300 paces, which of course was not very accurate. So today, in keeping with the metric system, 1 li has been fixed by the government at 500 meters, or half a kilometer. A kilometer is called gongli in Mandarin, literally an official li. 1公里为2华里. 1 kilometer is 2 Chinese li. An English mile is translated as 英里. 你的汽车1小时能开100英里吗? Can your car go 100 miles an hour? 我在人行道上来回差不多2公里. I walked back and forth on the sidewalk for a distance of about 2 kilometers. Now, we need to learn a new component, the feline or cat radical. Pronounced fourth tone, zhi, zhi. It rarely appears as a standalone character, but enters into the composition of several members of the cat family, such as the lion, panther, leopard, and lynx, but not the tiger. The tiger has its own ideogram. So, by pairing zhi with the seedling phonetic, we get the common character for the cat, pronounced first tone, mao, mao. The phonetic meow also serves as the sound a cat makes, meow in English. 因为迷信的关系，有人怕黑猫. Some people fear black cats out of superstition. This is a Western fear. Chinese people have their animal superstitions too. For example, about cats jumping over a dead body and creating a zombie. They also say dogs with white paws bring bad luck. 你要是想坐那把椅子，就把猫挪开. If you want to sit in that chair, just move the cat off. 我的猫怕外人，你来，它就走人了. My cat's afraid of strangers. As soon as you come, he's out of here. Notice the use of the third-person pronoun for animals, also pronounced它. I'll discuss it in the summary at the end. More important, though, is the colloquial use of 人 for people and animals. In Chinese, you'll sometimes hear a parent issue a stern warning to a naughty child or to a mischievous pet. 我要打人哦. I'm going to spank you. There's that exclamatory particle at the end, too. Aw. A mouth next to wu. You'll recall that 握 in 握手 takes this same phonetic. Anyway, the expression 走人了 means to run off. Or as an American might say, I'm out of here, whether referring to oneself or a skittish animal. And now, for good measure, that symbol of China, the panda bear. It's 猫熊, or some people turn it around and say 熊猫. Either way, it's still a panda. 猫熊可以活多久了? How long do pandas live? Cats are known for their sharp claws, so the Chinese word for a cat was borrowed to refer to the anchor of a boat or ship, since anchors have several claw-like prongs. They changed the tone to second tone, however, and eventually replaced the feline radical with the one for metal. So an anchor is second tone, 毛毛。若毛拖动，意味它已失去作用了。If an anchor is dragging along, that means it's no longer serving its purpose. English also uses anchor as a verb, so it's not surprising that Chinese does too. Here are two rather technical expressions for something fixed in place. 锚定 and 锚固。涡轮机是锚定的，不能挪动。The turbines are fixed in place and cannot be moved. 电动门的机关是锚固在地上。The electric gate mechanism is securely fixed to the ground. Much more useful is 锚 used in connection with our next character, a hand forcefully hurling an object. This character can mean to throw, hurl, reject, abandon, or cast aside. It's pronounced first tone, 抛, 抛. Notice the two ways to write that element in the center. Either as 有, as in especially, 尤其是, or as number 9, 九. The simplified character uses the number 9 variant. 抛锚 actually means to cast anchor, but more commonly in everyday speech, to break down, said of a car or bus. 公车在街上抛锚了. The bus broke down in the street. 我们开出约50英里，汽车就抛锚了. We drove about 50 miles when the car broke down. Other phrases with 抛 include 抛下, 抛开, and 抛出来. Here are some examples. 他抛下了太太跟儿女. He abandoned his wife and children. 把烦恼抛开，可以使你开心一些. Toss aside your worries. It'll make you feel a little happier. 火山把泥土抛出来. The volcano ejected mud. Now we return to our cat element. Our next character appeared in auricle bone inscriptions as a pit dug into the earth with an ox, deer, or rabbit buried inside in order to appease the spirits of the mountains and forest. That early version was replaced by the feline radical next to the settlement component, indicating a type of wildcat. Later, the grass radical was added at the top to represent a wildcat stalking its prey while hidden in tall grass. This character is pronounced second tone, 买, 买. In only one expression that I can find, it's also pronounced second tone, 满, 满, thus making it a split sound character. But I'm saving that expression for another day. Today we're only concerned with the 买 pronunciation. From a wildcat hidden in tall grass, the meaning was extended to include the early practice of wrapping dead bodies in woven grass mats before burying them. Apparently, that combination was found to be too complicated, so the cat and grass components were replaced by the earth radical to simply represent burial in the community graveyard. In modern Chinese, as in English, burying has expanded in meaning to encompass other situations, such as the following. 那天下了大雪，完全埋没了小镇. That heavy snow the other day completely buried the town. 我的大女儿埋头看小说. My eldest daughter is engrossed in a novel. Literally, her head is buried in a novel. 他不吃东西，一直埋头工作. He doesn't eat anything. He just buries himself in his work. Our final character is derived from 埋, keeping its original composition but replacing the grass with the rain radical on top. The rain element refers not to rain droplets, but to dust in the air raining down on an animal, partially obscuring it. Also pronounced second tone 埋, this character refers to haze or mist in the air, often mixed with dust. This character is usually paired with in 埋, to indicate a hazy sky, and sometimes what English calls industrial smog. 那天是个阴霾多云的日子. It was a hazy day with low-hanging clouds. 连日阴霾的天气使人的心情不好. Hazy skies for days on end affects people's mood. 看了这阴霾的云层就知道要下雨. One look at that hazy gray cloud layer tells you it's about to rain. It can also be used metaphorically. 她从过去的阴霾走出来. She's emerging from a very dark cloud in her past. Here's our color chart with today's 10 characters. meow, 智, 猫, 毛, 抛, 里, 埋, another 埋, 它, and the sound particle 哦. Here's a summary of today's lesson. 1. There are a total of 10 characters in this lesson, most of which are based on the 田 component, representing a field or plot of land. By the addition of the grass radical above a cultivated field, we arrive at the character for a sprout or seedling. meow. 2. meow serves as the phonetic for the common cat, when combined with the feline radical, especially since a cat makes a meowing sound. This character for cat was also used to refer to a boat anchor, since anchors have cat-like claws to hold a boat in place. As tonal languages often do, mao was changed to second tone mao for the new meaning, and eventually replaced the feline radical with the metal radical to create a totally new character. 3. Pao was introduced because it's frequently needed for the breakdown of automobiles. Pao mao. Pao depicts a hurling motion of the arm and hand, useful for describing the casting overboard of an anchor. It now includes tossing, throwing, hurling, or ejecting objects, abandoning or rejecting people. 4. The meaning of a settlement is expressed by li, the community surrounding tilled fields. It's also a measurement of distance, now defined as 500 meters in 1 li. 1 kilometer is 公里, and the English mile is simply rendered as 英里. 5. Prowling cats, hiding in tall grass near the communal fields, gives us the character mai, whose meaning was extended to human bodies covered with grass and hidden, or buried, in the ground. The character was simplified centuries ago to the earth radical plus what remained of mai, that is, the communal plot. 6. The original mai minus the grass radical on top was given the rain radical to indicate dust falling like rain from the sky and obscuring animals on the ground. Originally any animal, and later the cat or fox. This combination now stands for haze, mist, and smog. 7. In one of today's sentences, I used the third-person pronoun for animals, consisting of the ox radical plus the ye element, also pronounced ta, just like he, him, and she, her. For a quick history review, remember that China's last dynasty disintegrated in 1911, resulting in the May Fourth Movement in 1919. Scholars at that time moved to replace the classical written language with the modern spoken language, the everyday colloquial speech already being used in novels. These scholars felt a need for a distinction among gender pronouns, male, female, and neuter, as found in English he, she, and it. For this reason, the original all-purpose character for people and things, ta, was differentiated into several new characters. One for people, especially men, as in mankind, one for human females, one for objects, and one for animals, regardless of gender. They all contained some version of the ye component, but in speech it made no difference whatsoever, since the original tuo or ta and their derivatives were all eventually reduced to just ta. During the simplification movement in China in the 1950s, the animal pronoun was eliminated in favor of the radical-free neuter ta for things and animals. In Taiwan, the animal ta is still current, but may also be replaced by neuter ta if desired. Now you will find a short quiz on double, triple character, and longer expressions. Answer using only the characters learned so far. Thank you for watching and listening.